All right. Hello, everyone. Hi. My name is Gabriel Alvarado. I am one of the admissions counselors with Dalton State College. If I have not met you, hello, it's nice to meet you. And I've texted a few of you, maybe spoken to a few of you. I was here last semester doing an Apply to College Day with Mr. Young and a couple of the senior classes, so you might have seen me there. I'm basically back here today to do a quick little info session about some stuff that we have going on at Dalton State, as well as to let you guys know of an event that we're doing right now. Between now and February the 14th, which is this Sunday, we are going to be doing application fee waiver. So if any of you have not applied so far, maybe that $30 application fee has been kind of holding you back from that, we are going to be waiving the application fee between now and February the 14th. Have any of you guys here applied, been accepted? Maybe one back there, two, couple. All right. So yeah, I'll talk very quickly about the application process and what it entails. It's a very simple application process compared to some of the other schools. And then again, just so you guys know, we are waiving the application fee as long as you apply before February the 14th. But our application process is very simple. We host our own application online on the Nest portal. You can access it by going onto our website at daltonstate.edu and hitting that big apply button in the top right-hand corner. You'll be able to create a Nest account, and then from there you'll be able to apply, submit different documents that we'll be needing from you, things like a high school transcript, a driver's license, immunization record, that sort of thing. And then if you'd like to come to campus to do a campus tour, or if you'd like to do one of our virtual tours, you can also set that up through there. From the ones that have applied or were accepted, how many of you guys are accepted already? One? Anybody else? No? All right, well, I'll speak to you. Hi, how are you? Good. All right. Just so you know, we are hosting a virtual information session tonight that's all about being accepted and what your next steps are. So if you're interested in joining that, if you haven't already RSVP'd, you can go to our admissions page on our website and set up a virtual meeting through there. That way you can join us. It's going to be from 5 to 5:45 tonight. Any of you guys are welcome to join. You don't have to be accepted in order to join the info session tonight. But for those of you who have been accepted, you can just join there. Yes? You can just talk to me. I'm just going to talk about different things like orientation, how to get registered for that, financial aid, that sort of stuff. You can always just shoot me a text. I have a very, very limited number of cards. I forgot my stuff this morning at my office. So I do apologize for that, but I will be swinging by probably tomorrow again to drop off some stuff for the counseling office. I'm going to be bringing some, we got whistling over there? What's going on, y'all? I will be dropping off some booklets and some more cards at the counseling office probably tomorrow. So if you guys need my contact information or if you'd like to get an information booklet, that'll be at the counseling office. But yeah, we're just going to be going over some stuff about being accepted, what your next steps would be. Again, anybody here is welcome to join us. You don't have to be accepted in order to join. If you're expecting to be accepted, or if you know that you're wanting to apply and you want to attend Dalton State, or even if one of your like other choices or like a backup plan or whatever, we'd like to have you. We have quite a big group, about 20 people joining us tonight, so should be fun. And I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about before that? Info session, yes. But yeah, we're going to be hosting accepted info session tonight. Then every week after this week, we're going to be hosting different info sessions. We're going to be doing an info session with each of our schools. So we're going to do one with the School of Arts and Sciences, School of Education, School of Health Professions, and our School of Business. We're also going to be having a Spanish session for any only Spanish-speaking parents or students. So if you guys want to join that, we're going to be doing that as well. And then we're also going to be doing a financial aid session as well. But yeah. I guess we can start off. Does anybody have any specific questions about Dalton State before I just start kind of like talking and ranting about stuff? Any question at all? Any programs that we have? Any like admissions requirements, anything like that? No? Okay, y'all started off real loud and then you're gonna get quiet like that? What's going on? Y'all came in here, yesterday they came in here, it was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. And they remained quiet the whole time. Y'all come in here all loud and all of a sudden everybody's quiet? What's going on, y'all? Nobody? All right, well, I guess I'll do the talking. I don't mind talking for 45 minutes straight. I enjoy talking, so we can do that. So yeah, at Dalton State we have a couple different programs. Like I said, we have 4 different schools. We used to have 5 different schools, but the the School of Liberal Arts and the School of Science, Tech, Engineering, and Math have migrated. They are now the School of Arts and Sciences. And then we have the School of Education, we have the School of Business, and the School of Health Professions. Anybody here interested in like anything health professions, nursing, respiratory therapy, anything like that?
Sure.
Have a couple? All right, cool. Yeah, do you have a question?
Yes. Do you guys offer phlebotomy?
We do, yeah. So we have a certification in phlebotomy. It's usually, I believe it's either a 1.5 or a 2-year-long program. The admissions requirements for that are a lot different than regular programs. Our certificate programs are different. We have like the LPN program, we have the phlebotomy program. The admissions requirements for that I think is typically just like your high school transcript. They don't require SAT or ACT scores. Normally we do require SAT, ACT scores for students that are applying for like an associate or a bachelor's. However, with everything going on in the world right now, we're not requiring SAT or ACT scores for the fall or summer semesters. So if that was something that maybe was holding you guys back, definitely take advantage of that. For right now, we are planning on starting to require the SAT, ACT score starting in spring of 2022. Again, that might change. Who knows how the next couple months are going to go. But yeah, for right now, we are not requiring SAT for the summer or fall semester. So that's something. But yeah, for phlebotomy, I think it's like a 2-year program, and then you get to go and work in different hospitals, do blood work, that sort of stuff. So. But then also in our health professions, we have respiratory therapy, we have nursing, we have social work, and we have radiologic technology. Those programs are typically, except for social work, I believe, they're a little bit different because you have to be accepted into Dalton State first, and then you have to apply into those programs, especially our nursing program, if any of you guys are interested in that. It's a little competitive. Only about 65 students are able to join the program every fall semester, and usually we have over 100 students that apply for it. But they look at different things like your high school transcript, your GPA. They also look at SAT, ACT scores, that sort of thing. We have a question over here. Yeah.
You said we don't have to take the SAT this year to fall?
Yeah, so if you're applying to start like in the fall or the summer, you don't have to have SAT or ACT scores. If you do plan on starting any semester after fall of 2021, you do have to submit scores. No, not at all, no. But like for example, if you apply for the fall semester, but then change your mind and want to start in the spring, you also don't have to submit SAT scores. So as long as you apply for the summer or fall, whether or not you start classes one of those semesters, you don't have to apply. If you didn't apply to start in the spring, then you do have to submit SAT or ACT scores. But yeah, I guess we can talk about admissions requirements. Very simple. We just basically need a copy of your high school transcript. We have a minimum GPA of 2.3, and that's pretty much it. So again, typically we do require SAT, ACT scores. Since we're not looking at that, we have raised our minimum GPA requirement a little bit. So as long as you guys meet that and submit your application, we are waiving the application fee between now and, again, February the 14th, so you won't have to pay that $30 fee as long as you apply before then. And then send us a copy of your current high school transcript, then we can make an admissions decision based off of that. At the end of the school year, we will need you guys to submit a final high school transcript with a graduation date on it. Your counselors know all about that. Just make sure you let them know that you need that sent to us specifically. Miss Miles over at the counseling office, she's always sending me different transcripts and that sort of stuff. So she'll just send it over to me electronically, and we'll be able to submit that and get you guys set up for the summer. I guess we talked about health professions. We also have the School of Business. Anybody here interested in like any sort of business degree, marketing, accounting, management? Got a couple, maybe? All right, cool. Well, the good thing about us at Dalton State, since we're located in Dalton, Dalton is known as the carpet capital of the world. There's a lot of carpet mills, obviously, in Dalton. That not only, offers us employment opportunities. Shaw is our biggest employer for all of our Dalton State alumni. It also gives our School of Business students specifically a lot of internship opportunities. A lot of them go and work at Shaw, at Mohawk, at Engineering Floorings. They get internships, paid internships, that sort of stuff while they're still studying. And a lot of times that then leads to employment opportunities after they graduate. So that's pretty cool. And then our School of Business building, actually, which is also our memorial hall, is where we have our auditorium. We host a couple different events there throughout the year. That building just got a facelift this past year. So it's a lot of brand new classrooms, a lot of new different technologies. They actually have one of those boards like they do in the Wall Street stuff, what is it, stock market and all that sort of stuff. They keep track of all the different like stock markets and all that. How crazy has that like stock market thing been lately, by the way, y'all? I don't know anything about it, but it's crazy.
Bitcoin's up 44,000. Let's go.
What? Do y'all know about it? Can y'all explain it to us? Because I have no idea. All I know is that GameStop didn't die, so that's good, I guess.
It was a lot of people, after a while, they started buying a lot of their stock, and a lot of people who are very rich, they didn't like the fact that it just spiked up so like abruptly. So they lost a lot of money after that.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, we have quite a few different programs at Dalton State. Our School of Business actually is very, very involved in the community. They're usually doing a lot of outreach. Another program that's very involved in our community is our School of Education program. We do only have one bachelor's in the School of Education, which is the elementary education. However, we do have 5 different secondary teaching certifications at the School of Education. So if you're wanting to teach like middle or high school, whether it's science, math, history, anything like that, we can get you certified in either biology, chemistry, English, math, or history. So if you're interested in doing that, we do require our students to have at least 1,000 hours of teaching experience every single bachelor's program. Most schools only require like 500 or 600 hours of teaching experience. We require a solid 1,000 because we make sure to get you ready for everything that you could face in the classroom. And we do offer you plenty of opportunities to get those hours so you don't have to be like scrambling, at the end to try to get those hours in. Most of our students usually end up graduating with about 1,100 hours. So there's plenty of opportunities to do that. This past year has obviously been kind of different. A lot of like virtual Zoom classes. That's how our students have been getting some teaching experience. But normally we do send you to like different classrooms, different schools in the area. If you decide that you want to go teach at a school in Atlanta, we can set that up for you as long as we can set up a deal with the school that you wanted to go teach at. We had a student that went and did their teaching experiences down in Savannah because she's from that area. So we're flexible. We can work with you however you want. If you want to stay in the area, great. If you want to go to Tennessee, I also believe they can do that. So it doesn't just have to be in the state of Georgia. We also do have 2 possible endorsements with that bachelor's program, which is autism and ESOL. So if any of you guys are wanting to work with autistic or ESOL students, we can get you started on the path to get certified for that. Any questions so far? Y'all really gonna make me sit here and talk for 45 minutes? Somebody said yeah. She said yeah. You came here, you asked for this, there you go. Okay, moving on, then we have the School of Arts and Sciences. So that's basically arts and all the sciences and maths put together. We do have the biology, chemistry, math programs. Those are some of our popular ones. And then in the School of Arts, we have the communications program and the psychology program. Biology, I would say, is probably our most popular program at Dalton State. I think that's the most amount of students that we do have. We have 3 different concentrations with the biology program, those being pre-med, environmental, and general biology. General biology is usually when you just want to go on to graduate school and get a master's or a PhD in something else. Or if you're doing the teaching certification in biology, you would just do the general concentration. For our pre-med students, anybody here interested in going to medical school, like being a doctor, surgeon, anything like that? You're interested in so many things. You back there, business, doctor, you're gonna run a whole hospital. That's great. There you go. With our pre-med concentration, it's pretty cool because we do actually have a cadaver on campus. Does everybody know what a cadaver is? Anybody not know what it is? It's okay because I know what it is. So it's a human body, basically. So whenever somebody passes away and they donate their body to science, we receive one of those every fall and spring semester. Our juniors and seniors get to do actual human dissection at Dalton State every semester. We're one out of 2 undergraduate colleges in the state of Georgia that give that opportunity to our students. Most of the time you don't do human dissection until you get into a doctorate program, but we do offer you that at Dalton State. I have been wanting to see that human body every single semester and they refuse to show it to me because you have to do this whole process. You have to go in with like a hazmat suit. And it's a whole thing. And apparently the freezer that they keep it in is like super cold, but I want to see a dead body, so.
I don't see why they don't let you, they just don't let you.
Like, we have one there, like we don't have to kill anyone there, it's there, just let me see it.
That's kind of weird.
Just like take a picture or a video, I don't know. But funny story about our human cadaver, we actually one time had a elementary school group come and do a campus tour with us. And this was before they used to cover the windows in the human dissection room. So as they were walking past, yes.
Do they just say just any dead body?
It could be an older woman, it could be an older man, it could be a younger guy, a younger woman, just whoever just happens to pass away and donate their body that semester. Yeah. So. But they were walking past the window, and all of a sudden, two of the students just stop and start staring inside as they're actually doing the human dissection. And they quickly had to like cover the window and kind of apologize and move them forward because we didn't want to scar some elementary school kids. That kind of upsets me that elementary school kids have seen the body before I have. Like me, I'm an adult, I can see it. Why can't I see the body? I want to see it. I'm not going to do anything. I don't want to touch it, but like I want to see it. I want to see a dead body. Is it that bad? God. But yeah, that's something that we do offer with our biology program is the actual human dissection. And our School of Arts and Sciences, we also have the communications program. That's our biggest program out of the arts side of the School of Arts and Sciences. It has 4 different possible concentrations. We have general communications, social media, corporate, industrial communications, and then we have film and photography. So with our film and photography program, we do have a partnership with the Georgia Film Academy down in Fayetteville, Georgia, where our juniors and seniors get to go down there and take actual like professional classes with actual like industry professionals. I know a few of them a couple of years got to go and meet the guy who does all the props for the Avengers movies, and they got to go and take like actual pictures with them and learn from the professionals in the industry and that sort of stuff. One of our students, Jennifer, she's actually, most of her time she's spending it down in Atlanta. She got a job opportunity because of being in the communications program. So she's down there working on like different, photography and film things. I think there was like a rumor going around that they were going to potentially be helping out with like this one of the Stranger Things seasons. I don't know which one, if it was the last one or if it was this new one that's supposed to be coming out. But yeah, with Georgia and with Atlanta being like they're calling it like the Hollywood of the South. A lot of like film production is being done in Georgia. I know, what's his name from The Office? What's his name? Steve Carell. Is that who I'm thinking about? Yeah. He was up in Calhoun not long ago, or in Rome, shooting something for a movie. A couple friends of mine got to meet him that live down there. So a lot of different like film and photography opportunities are happening here in Georgia. And we can kind of get you into that field with our program at Dalton State. It is a bachelor's in communications with a concentration in film and photography. So in your junior and senior year, you'll start taking some more of the film and photography classes, whereas your first 2 years are going to be the more basic courses. All right, so we talked about business, we talked about the School of Arts and Sciences, we talked about health professions, we talked about education. Does anybody have any questions as we keep moving forward or anything? Yes. Yes, we don't have specifically like a pre-vet program, but I know students who are wanting to do veterinary studies, they usually do the pre-med program because it's a lot of like similar classes. But yeah, as far as like a pre-veterinary program, we don't have one specifically, but we do have the pre-med. So, yes.
So you have to be a senior in order to see the body, or like?
It's either our juniors and seniors that get to do it. I think you have to like, it's not like a full-on application process that you have to do, but if you are interested as a junior or senior in the biology pre-med program, you have to like talk to your professor about it, and then I think they choose like, I think it's like 3 or 4 different students every semester. So maybe if you don't get to do it in your junior year, you might be able to do it in your senior year. But even if you don't actually get to go and like do the cutting and the removal and that sort of stuff, you are able to be in the classroom, in the room that they're doing it in. So you're not forced to do human dissection if you don't want to. If you don't want to touch the dead body, you don't have to do it. But if you want to see it, it's there as well. Yeah. Any other questions or anything? Anything about us having any specific program or about any of our specific programs? Anything to do with the college, campus, sports, or anything? Any athletes in the house? I think all the athletes are like, I think most of them are like quarantining is what Mr. Young told me yesterday. So for those of you at home, hi, hello. We do have 7 different sports at Dalton State. In men's we have basketball, golf, and soccer. In women's we have golf, soccer, cross country, and track and field. So if any of you guys are interested in getting recruited to play for Dalton State, you'll have to go to our athletics page on our website. There's a little like survey inquiry sort of card that you fill out. You basically tell us your basic information, contact information. Our coaches, our recruiters come out here, check you play, and then see if they want to recruit you for the college. But we do have a few different athletes. We were I think it was the 2015 or 2016 national championships. We are in the NAIA division. That was with our men's basketball team. So, also on campus, besides sports, we do have a couple of different what we call registered student organizations, or RSOs. Those are basically just clubs. I think last time I checked, we had like 30 different ones having to do with like academic stuff. When I was a student there, I was the founding vice president of the psychology club. Also was a member of Psychi, which is the honor society of psychology students. I'm a psychology student, by the way, if you couldn't figure out by my 2 clubs. But we have different things. We have like CAB, which is the Campus Activities Board. They set up different events every single year. We have a biology club, a chemistry club. We also have like different religiously affiliated clubs, general population clubs that anybody can join. You don't have to be specifically like a chemistry student or anything like that. Any questions about those? No? Joining them is usually pretty easy. You just have to start attending the meetings. I think maybe only one of them, I know the sororities and the fraternities, they obviously have some cost attached to them, but for the most part, I think except maybe 1 or 2 of our non-fraternity and sorority clubs, they're free to join, so you just have to start, attending the meetings and that sort of stuff. So, any questions? Y'all gotta give me something to talk about, let's see. Come on. Y'all don't have any questions about college at all? You know what, I'm gonna talk to y'all. Because y'all over here, y'all engaged. I'm gonna talk to y'all right here. They're over there doing stuff. Alright. Okay, so I guess we can talk about admissions requirements. I already kind of touched on them, but just to kind of go over them again. Again, minimum GPA is 2.3. It's the application process, high school transcript, that sort of stuff. Our admissions process is very simple. We don't require any like interview. We don't require any essays or anything like that. The only essays that you'll have to fill out probably for stuff having to do with admissions or financial aid is for our scholarships. Our scholarships are currently open. They opened back in November. You do have to be accepted in order to apply for those scholarships. So if you're wanting to do that, we do offer a scholarship between $500 to $5,000 every single year. That gets split between the 2 semesters, the fall and the spring. So if you're interested in that, you can just go to our admissions page, on the website. You'll be able to apply there. It's just an online application, a 500-word essay explaining your financial need and educational aspirations, and then 2 references. So that's references like professors, if you guys are like athletes, coaches, if you're involved in the community, any community leaders, if you're involved in church, any like church leaders, pastors, youth leaders, anything like that. Just anybody other than like your best friend and your mom. So if we do see, typically I'm in the freshman scholarship review committee board that was a long name. And I'm sure that was not correct. I said like 5 different board names. I'm in the freshman scholarship review committee thing. And if we see any references from like your best friend and your sister, unfortunately we can't take that. Unless for whatever reason, like maybe your sister owns a business and you worked under her, she was your manager, then we could potentially accept that. But for the most part, again, it's gonna have to be like a professor, a teacher, a counselor, whoever. I think that pretty much covers it for the most part. Does anybody have any questions about financial aid? Not that I know much, but I could, I guess, kind of help because, I don't know. Anything about admissions? Anything about like course registration, orientation? Anything like that? At least none of you guys are asleep. We did have like 2 students asleep here yesterday, and I was like,
Yikes.
they wanted to do that whole thing where all of a sudden everybody just starts clapping to like see them wake up, and I was like, that's mean, y'all. They're probably tired. It's Monday. It was gloomy this morning. So mean. Speaking of that gloomy yesterday, have y'all ever seen The Fog? That movie, The Fog, the Stephen King book? Y'all have never seen The Fog? That's such a good movie, y'all. The ending? Nobody really? Nobody's seen The Fog?
The Mist. Read about The Mist.
Gosh. Y'all, I can't. Alright, so, again, my name is Gabriel Alvarado. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Dalton State. I am in charge of Murray County. So for any questions you guys might have, if you want to come do a campus tour, if you want to, come visit one of our specific departments, anything like that, I can help you guys out with that. Again, I do have very limited number of cards up here available. You can come up here after, I guess, we're almost done, I would say. Yeah, you can finish a little early. Did you have a question? Yeah. Okay, so you're either going to go through your Nest portal and set up a campus tour there. You'll see it's one of the options underneath your name to set up a campus tour. It's not required. It is highly recommended if you've never been to our campus to come and check it out. You'll also be able to do that during orientation in the summer. By the way, orientation this summer, we are planning on hosting it in person. Unfortunately, last summer with everything going on, we were not able to do that. It had to be fully virtual, which unfortunately, kind of takes away from the magic of getting to visit the school and, touring around, that sort of stuff. So this year we are planning on doing it in person. As of right now, obviously that might change in the next couple months. Hopefully it doesn't. But we're also hosting one virtual session in the summer for orientation. So if you don't feel comfortable coming on campus, being around people, we are going to be adhering to social distancing rules as much as possible. Masks more than likely are going to be required. So if you'd rather just not deal with that and would rather just, do it all online, we are going to have an online orientation date available. If any of you guys are planning on starting in the summer instead of the fall, we are hosting an orientation in May instead of June. Orientation typically is every Thursday in June, as well as almost every single Thursday in July. And then in August, we might have 2 or 3 dates available if you are not able to join one of the June or July dates. I do recommend you guys get registered for orientation as soon as possible. The quicker you are able to do that, the better date you get. The better date you get, the more class opportunities you get to get registered for at the end of orientation with your academic advisor. So if you are accepted or if you're going to be accepted pretty soon, I would go ahead and get registered for orientation as soon as possible.
So
Yes.
how would you be able to register online? How would you put the dates for the orientation? Would it be posted online as well?
Yeah, so once you get accepted, you should receive an email about getting registered for orientation. If you don't, you can just go to our orientation page. So when you go to our website at daltonstate.edu, you'll see the admissions tab right at the top. You can hover over that or click on it depending on your computer. You'll see orientation in that little drop-down menu. Click on that, that's going to give you all the information. It's going to take you to our orientation page, and you'll see the Get Registered Now button. So you'll do it there, and then you'll pick the date, and then you have to fill out, contact information, basic information. One second. When you do get registered for orientation, you will also be filling out a survey for your academic advisor to let them know what dates you want to be taking classes, what times, that sort of stuff. So if you only want to do Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, or you want to go all 4 days, or maybe only on Fridays, you can tell them there, as well as the times. If you want to do morning classes or afternoon classes, if you want to do fully online classes, you can tell them that there, and they'll set that up for you. Yes.
Okay, so I got an email, whenever they accepted me, and it says, what now? And it says to register now, but when I register, shows a list, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do.
Do you have that email with you? Let me walk over there. I'm gonna get real close here, let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, so that's for the info sessions that we're doing, the virtual ones. So if you want to join that one, again, the I'm accepted, now what? It's going to be tonight from 5 to 5:45. We are also hosting another one of those a couple weeks from now. That one, unfortunately, is not going to be with me, so you won't get to see me, unfortunately. But you will see my coworker Ethan. He's hosting that one. I think that one's in like March, maybe like the first or second week of March. So if you're not able to join today, then you can join that one. But again, you're always welcome to just email me. For most of you, when you log into the Nest portal, you should see my face and my information on there. We have like a little like me. Do you see me on there when you log in there? Oh, you got Laura Lee. Okay, Laura Lee's cool too. She's real chill. So, and if you don't want to talk to her, just email her and be like, "Can you give me Gabe's information, please?" And she'll share it. We understand. We get it. But yeah, that one's for the info sessions. But going back to campus tours, you can either set it up through your Nest portal, or you can actually go to our campus tours page. It's the same thing through the admissions tab, that little drop-down menu. You'll see campus tours on there. You'll just click on that, get registered. Because of COVID and everything going on, we are having to like socially distance those on-campus tours. So it might be that all those dates are filled up, or it might be that they just haven't uploaded the new ones. I know they typically try to upload them at the beginning of the month. If you really want to come do a campus tour and you absolutely see no dates available, shoot me an email. I'll give you our coordinator of orientations contact information. We have plenty of orientation leaders that are not being able to like do as much as they normally do because we are not offering campus tours as much as possible. We'll find an ambassador or orientation leader to give you a campus tour. If anything, you can set one up with me and you can come to campus and we can rock around and I'll tell you about everything. So, but yeah, if you guys want to do a campus tour and you're not able to sign, up for one through the campus tours page, shoot me an email, shoot me a text, a call, and I'll be able to set something up for you guys. Do you have another question?
What's your number?
Oh, I have my cards up here. If anybody wants my number, I'm gonna say it out loud because I don't have many cards up here. I forgot all my stuff in the office again. So I'll give you guys a second to like pull your phones out or your papers or whatever. Everybody ready? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, hold on, I'm not ready yet. Let me know when you're ready. We're waiting on you. Everybody just stare. We're waiting. You ready? Ready? Okay, good. All right, my work cell phone number is 762. Where were you at when I was asking if everyone was ready? All right, let me know. Okay, 762-219-9012. Again, that's 762-219-9012. You can give me a call at that number. You can shoot me a text at that number if you have any questions, anything like that. If any of you guys still have to turn in your driver's license or your immunization records, yes. What? Oh, okay. I was like, do you have another question? If you need to turn in those documents, all you need to do is take a picture of them or a copy of them. You can text them to me at that number. You can also email them to me, or you can email them to our admissions email, which is just the word admissions@daltonstate.edu. Yes. Gabriel, but you can call me Gabe. It's Gabe Alvarado. You don't have to call me Mr. Alvarado. Don't do that. It makes me feel old. I'm 26. I'm not, Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you need to turn in driver's license, immunization record, you can just text it to me there. I'm going to give you guys my email as well, so let me know when y'all are ready for that, just in case. Is it what? It's my Dalton State email. Yeah. Okay, let me know when y'all are ready for that. Ready? Okay, it's super simple. It's just GALV as in Virginia, ARAD as in dog, and O@daltonstate.edu. So it's just the first letter of my first name, Gabe, so it's G, and then my last name, Alvarado, ALVARADO, @daltonstate.edu. You can also send me things through there, so if you need to turn in a driver's license, if you need to turn in an immunization record, some of you might have like a proof of U.S. citizenship requirement. That's a document like a birth certificate. It can be anything like a passport, anything like that. You can also send that to me through there. Any questions, any concerns, any comments, that you guys have, you can also just email me there if you prefer to talk through email. But again, you can either text me or call me to that number. You can shoot me an email at that email. And then if you just have like a general admissions question, maybe you don't like me, maybe you find me annoying or whatever, which is fine. Whatever. Y'all can also email admissions@daltonstate.edu and they'll be able to help you out with that. That goes directly to our admissions department, so we'll be able to help you out with that. And you can also send any documents or anything that's needed from you to there as well. All right, any last minute questions? We have about like 5 minutes left. Yes?
So I had an account already the last time we came,
Yeah.
and then I tried to log in, and then it wasn't there.
Okay.
So I guess because I took the last Dalton State class I took was last spring. So I don't know if there's like a time limit or something.
Is it, you were dual enrollment?
Yeah.
Okay. The last class you took was last spring. It shouldn't, are you talking about like the Roadrunner portal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was how I saw that I had an application in process.
Okay. Well, as a dual enrollment student, since you already took a class, you wouldn't have to like reapply or anything like that, because the only thing that we would just need from you is your final high school transcript, and then we need you to submit like a student information update form, which is found on our website. There's a little search bar in the top right hand corner. You can just type in student information update form, and that'll pop up. All you'll need to do is, I think, change your student time from like dual enrollment to freshman. That way, we'll just go ahead and switch you over, because we already have everything we need from you, so you won't have to like reapply or anything like that. Okay. If you do continue to still have issues with your account and being able to log into your Roadrunner portal, that's going to be an OCIS department thing. OCIS is our Office of Computing and Informational Service. They have everything to do with like the computers on campus and the login information, that sort of stuff. You can email them at helpdesk@daltonstate.edu, or just look up their contact information on the website. Give them a call, shoot an email, let them know what's going on, and they'll be able to figure it out for you.
So y'all do have my information, it's just the account.
Yeah. For the most part, all dual enrollment students, even if you only do like dual enrollment classes your freshman year, we just keep that with us. And then at your senior year, we'll just like switch you over to a freshman. Unless you did like at least 30 credits of transferable hours, then you would come in as like a transfer student. But for the most part, you're gonna be a freshman.
Okay.
So, do you have a question over here, or were you just stretching? Okay. Yes. For the most part, no. Where it comes into issues, like for any college or university in the university system of Georgia, so that's us, Kennesaw, UGA, Georgia State, those kind of schools, typically most credits are going to transfer over because it's the similar thing. If you're going from like a technical school to us, or from us to a technical school, then it might be different. So like I know with GNTC, they've been able to kind of work it out a little bit, because we have so many students that come to us from GNTC or go to GNTC from us. So I know a lot of those credits will transfer over. If you're wanting to transfer to like Chattahoochee Tech, or I think Georgia Tech is technically part of the university system of Georgia, so it's not as much of an issue. But if you're transferring out to like a technical school, or transferring in from a technical school, that's where it kind of gets like a little hazy. But for the most part, most of your credits will transfer over. Yes. I think it just depends where. Because like if you're wanting to go to Tennessee, I'm sure it's not going to be much of a difference. If you're wanting to go like Vermont or like Washington, that might be a little bit different. With UTC, really quickly, we actually have a partnership with them, because we do a pre-engineering program at Dalton State. If anybody here is interested in engineering, we have a pre-engineering program at Dalton State where you come to us for 2 years and do your basic courses, and then you can easily transfer to 6 different schools, one of them being UTC in Tennessee, the other 5 being Kennesaw, Georgia State, UGA, Georgia Southern, and Mercer here in Georgia. The transfer process is a lot easier, and you've already done some college instead of actually applying to those colleges to begin with. So if anybody here is interested in engineering, that might be something to check out. But for the most part, like the schools that are close to us, the credit transferability is a lot better. But if you're wanting to go somewhere across the country, then it might be a little different.